Okay. So this is just a regular old functional flow. You just need some light weights, whatever that means to you, and a mat or a soft space to be on. I've got my heater going, which I'm going to unplug immediately because it's a bit loud. And there are some workers behind me doing some stuff. I don't think it's going to be too loud today because it isn't already. So that's a good sign. So just in case you start to hear banging, that's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, I'm grabbing my light weights and I'm going to keep them close by. We're going to start down on the mat on our hands and knees. Okay. Let me get my hair out of the way. As always, if something isn't feeling right for you, change your range of motion, perhaps, or leave it out. Then you can follow up and ask me for modifications or suggestions. I would love to help. Okay, so hands, let's see if we can kind of spread the fingers apart and get the hands right underneath the shoulders. Knees as well, aligned with the hips, and you can just let your feet be long behind you. And we're going to start by keeping the spine nice and long and then leaning back and coming forward ever so slightly in front of where you started, with your shoulders slightly ahead of or in front of your fingertips. And your range of motion will be up to you, but it's just kind of like a small rock here. And what you'll feel is less of your weight in your hands and then more as you go forward and back. Of course, adjust your parts as you need to, but try and keep the fingertips kind of spread apart. Imagine from the crown of the head to the tailbone that it's just nice and long. And I'm not rounding and arching. I'm just trying to keep myself stable. This is a nice way to work on the mobility of your wrist and just practicing taking a little bit more weight into the palms. Like I said, try and use the fingertips, the whole hand. And we're just gonna do like 4 or 5 more. You can take your time. Maybe you're moving slower or faster than me. Breathe. And a couple more here. And one more. And now I'll come back to where I started. Just a quick check-in of where your head is. Pick your head up just a little bit. Let's continue to look down, but imagine that your head is in line with the spine, not below or above. Aim your elbows for the wall behind you. And we're gonna let the spine stay where it is, but the head move. I'm gonna lower my head, so I'm looking down in between my arms and then in between my knees towards my chest. And then I'm gonna lift my head up. Stick my chin forward and look forward or up. And then I'm gonna try it again. Head is moving. It's like your skull is moving on your spine. Chin in, eyes down, look through your legs. And then lift your head, look forward, chin forward, look up if you can. 2 more, breathe. Feel your head moving on the top of your spine, your skull moving. Of course, some of your cervical spine is probably moving. 1 more each way, breathe. And then we're gonna come back to the center. Take some weight off of your wrists for a second and just move them if you need to. It's kind of a long stretch. We're gonna try that one more time, a different movement pattern. Okay, so keeping your head lifted in space. Your head is working against gravity. So we are using the muscles up the back of the cervical spine in a different way than we do if we're standing. So that's where your added resistance is here. So we're staying lifted. Now, instead of looking down and forward and up, we're looking side to side. Side to side. And again, you're just fighting gravity here. Take breaks if you need to. Breathe. My elbows are still looking back. You can even soften your elbows a little if you feel like you need to. Let's go each way. One more time here. And then come back and just give your wrists a little bit of a break. We did down and up, side to side. Last one here. We do these standing. This is more challenging, I think. Elbows back, lift your head. You're still looking down. Now I'm doing ear to shoulder and ear to shoulder. Ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. My head is going right and left. I'm staying within the same plane. And then I'm coming back to the center. And then one more time, I'm going to give my wrists just a little bit of a break. We are going to do one more thing in this position. Hands again, under shoulders. Okay, so now the head has to stay where it is. Turn your attention to your pelvis. Extend one leg and just try and keep the pelvis where it is. Try not to lift or lower the hip. And then come right back in, and we're going to do the other side. My toes are down. I'm just reaching out through the heel. It's a little bit of a stretch for the calf here too. Turn your attention back to your pelvis. Try to keep it relatively still as you extend one leg at a time. It's like a one-leg plank. Think about your alignment through your upper body. One leg plank, lots of energy through your core. You're breathing. Let's do 2 more sets here, if you can. 2. Imagine gravity pulls you up out of your wrists. 1 more each way. And other side. Good. If it's okay for you to curl your toes forward, we're going to take a foot stretch here. Ooh. So sit back towards your heels. You can lower down to your forearms if you want, or keep your arms straight. And then let your head come down. Take a nice deep breath. While your heels are reaching away and your toes are curled forward, yes, this is a stretch, a big one. Bring your heels in towards one another. Maybe they touch. And then away from one another. Bring your heels in towards one another and away from one another. 1 more each way. This is a huge stretch through the toes, the ball of the foot, the arch, right? Come back to heels together. Take 1 more breath, relax your head. And then you can come forward, uncurl the toes. Woo. Okay, from here, we're gonna lie on our bellies. So you can lower yourself down, and we'll start with the hands right underneath the forehead with your forehead down. Get your legs and your pelvis and your belly just in a comfortable position. Similar work for the neck and the muscles in through the cervical spine. Move your arms if you need to, if for some reason this doesn't feel right, okay? So forehead down. Pick your head up off your hands, but try to keep your chin in toward your throat. Like you have to almost give yourself a double chin as you leave your hands, and then lower back down. Chin in gently. You don't have to force it. You don't have to force any of this. And your range of motion, maybe it's a small lift, maybe it's a big lift. Chin in as you lift. I feel this in my upper back. I don't know. I mean, I feel it in a bunch of places, but especially in my upper back. Let's do 2 more here. And lift. And then 1 more time. Try not to push down too much with your arms. Okay, we're going to do 3 more of these lifts, but the head is going to move just like it did when we were on our hands and knees. Lift with your chin in, and then start to tilt your head so you're looking straight ahead. Reach your chin forward and look up. Come back down to looking at the ground, lower down. And try it again. Chin in. And start to move the head, look forward. Chin forward, look up. Relax your shoulders a little bit. Try not to work too hard with your arms here. And then come all the way down. There's also a little bit of an awareness of staying engaged through my abdominals, not overly, just include them. One more here. Chin in as you lift. Relax your shoulders a little bit. Lift through the cervical spine. You're now moving your head to look forward. Chin forward, head up. Relax through your arms a little bit. I feel a lot of this work through my upper back. And then come all the way down and then just completely release. Release all the things. Take a nice deep breath. And give yourself another breath here where you really fill up your waist and your back with air. Okay, draw the abdominals in, relax through the shoulders. Feel free to move your arms if you need to. Maybe put the other hand on top of the, like switch the way your hands are. Stretch one leg out long and just gently lift it away from the ground and then bring it back down. And then the other leg, long, lift it up and bring it down. You don't have to go nuts with this. Just really find length more than anything else. And then slowly, as you alternate your legs here, you'll probably start to come up a little bit higher. That's not really the goal, but if you do and it feels good, great. Continue to take your abdominals into account, drawing your belly in along the way. Breathe. Let's do 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. And then lower down through the legs. Just relax all the parts. A big belly breath into your waist and your back. Fully exhale. And then we're going to just gently lift the head off the hands and bring the arms by our sides, right by our sides. I have my palms down, and then I'm going to bring my forehead back down to the mat. If this is really awkward, you can always grab like something to put under your head or just adjust the way your head is. From here, I'm going to stretch my fingertips back, and I'll start to lift them away from the floor. As I lift my head, I'm going to keep my eyes down. My legs are still down for this. So arms up, and the upper body lifts away from the ground, and then lower back down. And find that lift again. Don't aim to come up as high as you can. Aim to reach the fingertips long, and try to draw the abdominals in for support. And then lower down. If you want to add a leg lift here, it's up to you. Third one here, legs can lift if that feels good. And you can hold here for just a moment. Add your head work. So look forward, chin forward, look up, chin back in, come all the way down. Completely release everything. We got one more. Last one here, arms long, head lift. Maybe the legs come up to you, it's up to you. Add the head movement we've been doing. Chin forward, look up, and then come all the way back down. Okay, hands under shoulders. I'm gonna sit back here in a little bit of a child's pose. If this doesn't suit you, just do another stretch that feels nice. Head down. Take a breath. One more. Good. Okay, that was really good. So now we're gonna flip completely over onto our backs. Okay, so flip yourself over. Keep your weights close by. Maybe bring one of those light weights to your right, light weights, and one to your left. Okay, and when you come onto your back, you can just give your shins a quick hug, hands to shins or hands behind your thighs if that feels better. And then let your neck feel nice and long, and just rock from right to left for a couple deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. And then come back to the center, and we'll lower the feet all the way down, okay? So first, arms by your sides. Keep them nice and long. All that good work we just did through the back of the body, kind of feel that right now into the floor. So kind of press your arms down a little, just gently pull your head into the floor. And we're just going to take 2 deep breaths into our waist where everything expands in every direction here. So inhale, 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 inhale. And then exhale. One more like that. Okay, so you're going to keep your arms by your sides. Walk your feet and your knees close to one another. Turn your attention to your pelvis. Keep it nice and still as you bring one leg up into tabletop. Draw the belly in a little bit more deeply and bring the other leg up too. The first leg that you picked up, put it down with control, and then the second leg goes down. I'm going to start with my right leg. Right leg comes up. Left leg comes up, right leg goes down, left leg goes down. Again with the right. Right leg comes up, left leg comes up, right leg comes down, left leg comes down. We're going to start now with the left. Left leg comes up, right leg comes up, left leg comes down, right leg comes down. Keep breathing. Again with the left. Left leg comes up. Right leg comes up. Left leg goes down. Right leg goes down. Hold at the bottom. Walk your feet in towards one another and bring your arms a little bit wide from your sides. Sorry, walk your feet as wide as your own hips. And then bring the knees to the right, back through the center, knees to the left. Breathe. Knees right and knees left. And then come back to the center. Bring your arms back in and walk your feet back in. Okay, lengthen through the neck. We're going to come back up with the legs one at a time. Quick focus change. Really draw the abdominals in first. Okay, so it's the abdominals and the hip flexors that help you to pick the leg up. One leg comes up. The other leg comes up. They're going to stay there. The right knee will come in as the left leg lengthens out on an angle, and then we'll switch, a smooth switch. Really, again, turn your attention towards your abdominals for support here. It's a lot of work to really have those abdominals kind of control your midsection. Breathe, 3 more sets. And 3. Try to keep the neck long here. And 2. 1 more each way. And then we're coming in. One leg will go down. Other leg will go down. Take a nice deep breath. Widen your feet. Knees right. Knees left. Knees right. And left. 1 more each way. A breath pattern to enjoy this a little more. Deep inhale, deep exhale. And then back to the center. Okay, walk your feet back in towards your tush. We're gonna add those light weights. So grab your light weights. Of course, they're always optional. Mine are 2s. So first, let your feet and your knees just stay where they are. Draw the abdominals in. With the weights in your hands, bring the arms up, straight up. Quick wrist. Notice. Make sure your wrists aren't like just kind of dead here. Reach the knuckles towards the ceiling. Draw your abdominals in. Nice, easy breath in as your arms open all the way out. Maybe you go to the floor if that feels okay. And then exhale. Give me 2 more of these. The breath is really the focus. Inhale, 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 inhale. And exhale to come up. Again. One more. and then hold up here. Let's come back to our connection to our abdominals as we bring one leg up at a time. So a belly, abdominals are in, and one leg is gonna come up, and then the other one comes up too, okay? Maybe bring your knees over your belly button. So pull them in so you're not just hanging out directly over the hips. That really makes the hip flexors do a lot more work. So knees in, belly in. One leg is going to lower down to tap and then return. Opposite leg, lower down to tap and return. Lower, alternate those legs. As long as this is going well, we'll do one more each way and then we'll add. One leg down, other leg. Just for a moment, bring your elbows by your sides, lower the legs, take a breath, relax the neck and the shoulders. And then we come back to where we just were. Let's start with the arms. Arms straight up, energy through the arms here. Like really kind of reach up and send the shoulders away from the ears. One leg up, other leg up. Okay, so this is where we add on. Left leg down as the right arm goes back. And return. Breathe. Right arm down, left leg back. And return. And back. This is hard. Staying connected to the abdominals along the way. Your range of motion may be different from mine. Maybe you don't like adding the arms. You don't have to go all the way down to the floor, by the way, with your feet or your arms. Last one here. Even yourself out. Let's bring the arms down by your sides and the feet down. Just relax for a moment. Take a nice deep breath into your belly. Okay, so I'm going to keep my arms just as they are. Elbows by my sides, knuckles reaching up, and I'm going to scooch my feet in relatively close to the tush. Adjust as you need to, just based on how your body feels. So pushing down through the elbows, you can almost slide them away from you so it feels like your shoulders are plugged in. And we're going to exhale up to lift our hips. Exhale as the hips come up. And you'll just gently drive the elbows forward and down. Inhale to return. Exhale up. And inhale down. Take a quick check-in with your neck and your shoulders here. Just keep them fairly released. Focus on the breath the most. Also check in with your feet. Maybe heel, big toe, little toe. Full foot into the ground. We're going to do 4 more here. Exhale up. Inhale down. 3 more. Inhale down. 2 more. Inhale down 1 more time. And down. Now just relax the hips for a minute. Take a nice deep breath. Pull your elbows in tight by your ribs. Knuckles are still reaching up. We're going to bring the hips up about halfway. So adjust your feet if you need to. Push through the feet, hips up. Not too high, not too low. You should feel you're able to reach the knees forward a little bit. Really engage through the backs of the legs. Both arms are going to reach straight up. And then when you come down, you'll just gently push down through the elbows. Arms up. Relax through the neck and the jaw. 4 more. And down. 3 more. And down. 2 more. Concentrate on staying connected through your abdominals. 1 more. And down. Extend your arms by your sides. Lower the hips down. Take a nice deep breath here. Move your knees around if you need to, and just inhale, exhale. And then return to center with the knees. Walk your feet in so they're pretty close to one another, a couple of inches apart. I'm going to keep my weights by my sides like this, but I'm going to bring my hands to the tops of the weights and just kind of lengthen and push down into them to use them for a little stability. It's a challenge as well. So we're going to come back up to that halfway place. Use your exhale to bring you there. Okay, so stay here for a moment. Reach through the fingers, lengthen and release your neck. Belly button is in. Push down through your right foot and bring your left leg up towards the ceiling, and then bend and return. You don't have to come all the way up to the ceiling, by the way. Maybe just a small lift is in the cards for you. It's up to you. And I'm alternating here. So you're lifting the leg in some range of motion. One at a time, reach and down. I'm gonna do 2 more sets. Breathe. One more each way. And then I'm returning down, hips come down, relax through your pelvis. Just move your weights out to the sides a little bit. You can keep them there. And widen your feet, knees right, knees left. And breathe. For me, adding this little stretch in is really nice. I just carry lots of tension in the hips, the flexors, and the back. This is a nice, when you're really connecting and working hard to stay connected while you're doing a particular movement, a little bit of release is nice, if you think so. I like it. And then come back to the center. Walk your feet back in. Walk your arms back in, or bring your arms back in. I'm going to come back to palms, kind of pressing down here. Feet, they don't have to be super close to one another, but not too far. Reach through the arms, push down through your feet, hips come up to that halfway place one more time. Lengthen through your neck here. Flex through your feet and push through your heels as your hips come up 1/4 of an inch and down 1/4 of an inch. Up and down. Little pulse. Up and down. Up and down. 5 more. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Now lift and hold. Put the whole foot back down. Your right hip / your right tushy is going to lower down and come on back up. Right side again. Let's do 6 more with the right. Down, up. 5 more. Down, up. 4 more. Down, up. And 3, 2, 1 more. Other side. Left. And we're doing 6 more. 6, 5, and 4, and 3, 2, and 1 more time. Hold here. Lower the hips down. Release through the pelvis. Relax through the thighs. Take a nice deep breath. You can let your arms relax too. Inhale, exhale here. Okay, so now I'm going to come onto my side. Bring both your weights with you and just put the weights down in front of you here. We're going to stay on our side, okay? When you come onto your side, I often just put my head right on my arm here. If this is weird, just grab a yoga block or a squishy ball, pillow, whatever it is. You can put it right under your head, and you can always just bring your arm in front of you, all right? I'm going to stay here. I'm going to grab these weights. I have 4 pounds total. I'm going to use those today and just grab both. Knees are bent straight out from the hips, elbow right by my ribs. And then I'm going to bring my arms up. So just pause here for a quick sec. Lengthen through your spine. Imagine your back is against the wall. Draw your abdominals in. And let's keep those things as we lower and lift. So some of you have like some scar tissue in your shoulders, or this, like adding weight to this movement feels really awkward. This is such a great move to do with no weight or a very little bit of weight, because I would rather you focus on mobility here, keeping the elbow kind of somewhat close to the ribs and moving just the forearm. We're doing 4 more here. 4 and 3. I haven't done this in a while. Woo, it's not so easy. 2, one more. Yeah. And then come all the way down. We're gonna leave the weights there for just a moment. And I'm gonna just bring my hand right in front of my ribs or my chest. Top leg. You can kind of lift the top leg a little bit, press the bottom leg down a bit. Find your nice long spine again. The top leg is going to come forward and back. And we're just gonna attempt to keep ourselves still through the upper body as you move this leg. How far forward can you bring your leg and how far back can you bring your leg while staying on your side? Okay? Like, try not to shift your upper body too far forward and back as you move the leg. And try to even keep your top hand light on the mat in front of you. Of course, use it if you need it, but it's not an exercise for the arm. It's for mobility and strength through the hip. I'm gonna do 2 more here. Forward and back. 1 more. Forward and back. And then I'm coming forward and come all the way down. Take a nice deep breath. Let's get our weights again. Nice and long through the spine. Okay, rotate your work. Elbow stays towards the ribs. 8 and 7 and 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Woo. And then come down and just put those weights down. Hand back in front of the ribs. Continue to find that length through the spine. Top leg is going to come up again. Okay, so we did forward and back. Now we're going to make a nice big circle. Whatever your knee is kind of looking at, make a big circle around it. As you come around here, just explore how big can I really make this circle while keeping my heel in towards my tush. Can you reach the knee in front of you all the way around? As you come down, have it look back. We're going to do 1 more this way. And then we'll go the other way. Back and around. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Come all the way around, rest it down. Relax for a moment, grab those weights. We're gonna do 1 more rotator set here. Take a nice deep breath. And 8, 7. Energy through the wrist here, by the way. 5, 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, they get so much harder. And then you put those weights down. Hand right back in front of your ribs-ish, somewhere around here in front of you. And then bring the top leg again back up right here. Find your length through your spine. So we did forward and back, circles. Now we're gonna do internal and external rotation. So the bottom half of the knee goes down and up, and then the top half of the knee. I mean the top half, the knee and then the foot. Foot down and up, and then knee down and up. Foot, I try to isolate each movement. Knee down and up, and then foot down and up. And then knee down and up, and then foot down and up. 4 more like this. 4, and 4, and 3, and 3, and 2, and 2, and 1. And now hold the bottom half of the leg up, down, up, down. 4, and 3, and 2. Ooh, 1 more. Oh my goodness. And come all the way down. Take a nice deep breath here. Inhale, exhale. Grab just 1 of your weights, maybe, or maybe a heavier weight if you want. Bring your arm right down by your side. Just a quick suggestion here. Lift your bottom ribs gently away from the mat just to give yourself some energy through your midsection. And the top arm is going to come right above the shoulder and then back down right above the shoulder. Yeah, see if you can keep your waist off the ground, or if it's not off the ground, just feel like there's energy there. 4 more. 4. And 3. And 2. 1 more. Hold here. Turn your palm forward. Keeping your chest and your shoulder girdle where it is, bring your arm forward and then back up. I'm just trying to stay as still as I possibly can through my upper body as the arm comes forward and then back up again. Maybe you're coming all the way down towards the floor and then back up again. I'm going to do 4 more here. 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. And then come all the way down. Just put your weights to the side for a moment. Bring your bottom arm forward. Carefully put your head down on the mat and then open your chest towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath here. Two more breaths here with your exhale. Try and just exhale the tension you feel in your neck, your shoulders, your hips, wherever it is. Okay, so I'm going to roll back onto my side and come all the way up, and let's see if I remember what we just did. I don't know. Okay, so knees bent, come onto your side. Just a reminder, feel free to put your head on a yoga block or a pillow and bring your bottom arm forward. Knees are kind of straight ahead, lengthen out through your spine, and then you can grab however much weight you want to add. Bring your elbow in towards your ribs, belly button is in, and knuckles up. 8 and 7, 6, 5, energy through the wrist, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then come all the way down, leave the weights there, hand in front of the chest, top leg is going to come up. Let's say that top leg is just about hip height. Lift your bottom ribs a little bit, and we're bringing the leg forward and back. And the goal is to stay nice and still on your side. And we'll do 5 more here. 5, breathe. And 4. And 3. 2. 1 more. And then come forward and then lower down. Take a breath. Grab your weights. Straighten out your spine. Belly button is in. Elbow to the ribs. And 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Relax those weights, put them down. Come back to hand in front of the ribs. Leg comes up about halfway. So now the knee is going to make a nice big circle. Whatever the knee looks at, that wall, down at the floor, that wall over there, the ceiling. It probably can't, maybe you can see the wall behind you. Oh my gosh. Try to make a big dynamic circle. 3 more in this direction. And 2. 1 more. And we go the other way. Back and around, and 4, and 3, and 2, 1 more, and then come around, rest down. Okay, we're doing one more set with the weights. Long through the spine, elbow in. Last set here, 8, 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. And then come all the way down, release those weights. So we went up, down, we went forward, back, circles. Aha, here we are, found it. Okay, so we start knee height and we're isolating, lowering the foot, and then we're isolating, lower and lifting the knee. Take a pause in the middle and up for 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and now we hold. We're isolating the bottom half of the leg. 5, and 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Come back up, take a breath, lower it down. Take a nice deep breath here. I'm going to grab one of my weights, find some more length through my spine, bring my arm by my side, and also, again, just a quick reminder, feel like you're lifting away from the floor here with your waist. And I'm just going to come up, straight above my shoulder, and then back down and up. This is something we do standing, and it's different because of gravity. And I'm doing 4 more here. 4, and 3, and 2, and then I'll come up here and staying, turn the palm forward, keep your top shoulder where it is in space, bring the arm forward, and then back up again. Forward, and back up. I'm still keeping my bottom ribs as much away from the mat as I can. 4 more here. 4, and 3, and 2. Last one. And then come all the way down. You can put those weights down and get them out of the, oh, there goes my weight. Bring your bottom arm forward, gently put your head down, and open your top arm. Ooh, take a nice deep breath here. As you exhale, try and find a release in places where you carry tension. One more deep breath here. And then you can roll back onto your side. And we're gonna actually stay on this side for a minute. Make sure you have at least one weight right by your sides. This little side exercise that I really like here, we're gonna come onto our side. I have my left elbow right underneath your shoulder. So see if you can align 2 things. First, your legs, the knees are bent and my legs are pushed away from me so that my thighs and my upper body are almost in the same plane. Not perfectly, of course. And then the bottom elbow is right underneath your shoulder. Adjust there if you need to. Your hand is kind of pushing down into the mat. This exercise starts when you push the ground away with your forearm to engage through the lat area. This can easily be like all top of the shoulder, but I want you to use your side body too. Okay, so adjust as you need to. Get your chest to look straight ahead, and I like to bring my top arm to the ceiling. Reach up and push down at the same time, and then bring your hips away from the mat. And then lower back down. Continue to drive the floor away from you as you lower and left. Continue to try and find that lat. Lower and lift. We're going to do 2 more here. I like to bring my chin in toward my chest a little, just to relax through the back of the neck. And then 1 more time here. Hold at the top, belly button is in a bit, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. When you come up to sit, keep your feet in the direction that they just were. Okay? Those of you with knee discomfort, this probably isn't the exercise for you, but as long as you're in this position and your knees are okay, you may have a very tight hip, and that may be not the most fun thing, but this is going to help to stretch that. So I'm going to bring my right hand out to my ankle, and I'm just going to gently pull myself more center, which immediately gives me this deep stretch in my right hip, and then bringing my left arm up really continues to deepen that stretch. I feel a stretch through my knee, but it doesn't feel like pain, so just be careful about that, okay? Relax your right shoulder, and then as you stretch over to the right, try and bring your chin in, just again to relax through the neck. And then come back up. Try to keep your right shoulder relaxed as you stretch over to the right. You can add a little twist. Twist towards your right foot. Look down at it. And then untwist. And then come up. We'll do 1 more here, sitting tall. Stretch, relax your right shoulder. Gently rotate towards the right leg. Ooh, big side stretch here. And then untwist, come all the way up. You can bring your arms out to the sides. Bring your legs over to the other side. And then bring your hand down. We'll do this stretch first and we'll move through the side body exercises, okay? So now our legs are facing the other way. My left hand is going to come to my left ankle. I'm going to gently pull myself central. Immediately I feel a much deeper stretch through my left hip. Right arm comes up. Relax your left shoulder. Stretch over to the left. Exhale, 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 exhale. My goodness. That's a deep stretch. Sit up tall, relax that left shoulder. This time add your rotation. Inhale, return. 1 more here. And then come all the way back up. Arm down. Let's bring these legs over to the left here. We're going to come back to this side body exercise now on this side. I get lined up by bringing my legs away from me a little bit. It's almost like the upper body and the thighs are in somewhat of a line. The exercise begins when you gently push the ground away from you. It turns on your lats down here, your supporting muscles down around your side body. I like this arm up to the ceiling. Pull your chin in just a little bit. Drive the ground away. Exhale. I like exhale to come up. Continue breathing. Which is like a really silly thing to say. Continue to breathe. But you know, a lot of people hold their breath when they work through something that's challenging. And that is not good for your pelvic floor, if you're wondering. It's just not. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. We're holding this one. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then come all the way down. Okay, I'm going to make my way up to sit. I'm going to sit on a little bit of a side angle here so you can see a little bit better. Feet are a little bit wider than my shoulders. Straightening your legs. If your hamstrings are tight, maybe sit up on like a yoga bolster or a couple of yoga blocks or a pillow. maybe you'll get more relief from the tightness through the backs of the legs. Or you can just keep your knees soft. But try and lengthen through the legs. I like to flex my feet and then extend the arms forward. So this is called spine stretch forward. It begins with a lift and an inhale. Relax your shoulders, lift the chest, sit tall. And then bring your chin toward your throat. Roll through the upper spine, through to the middle spine. As you stretch forward, draw the abdominals in and find an opposition between pulling the belly in and reaching the fingers and the heels forward. The scoopy part of your belly is like the bottom of the capital U. And then draw the belly in, stack through the spine. Articulate to come up to sit, okay? So lift and inhale, shoulders relax, inhale. Bring your chin toward your throat, articulate through the spine. Take your time here. Reach through the heels, the fingers, pull the belly in. It's a two-way stretch. Pulling back with your belly, forward with the fingers and the heels. Head is heavy. Draw the belly in, come up. Relax your shoulders. We're going to do one more. This is your tallest start. And then chin to your throat and stretch. And then roll through the spine to come all the way up. I'm going to bring my hands by my sides and slightly behind me. And I'm going to bend my knees and put them down on the floor. I think I'm going to do fingertips out east and west, but you can play around with where your hands are looking. Not too wide with your hands, okay? So those of you that have tight muscles across your chest, this may be the exercise for you. Pressing down through your palms and lifting your chest. Maybe that's it, okay? So lifting the hips is an option. Push the floor away, maybe bring your chin down a little bit, and then lift through your hips, and then lower back down. Try and keep your chest somewhat lifted so we get that open feeling and it's a stretch as you lift. Try to push as evenly as you can through your feet. Let's do 4 more. Breathe. And down. 3 more. And down. 2 more. And down. Here's your last one. And then come all the way down. Okay, we're gonna do one more thing on our hands and knees. Articulation through the spine. So bring your knees under your hips and your hands under your shoulders. So listen up. This is gonna be piece by piece through the spine of you working through some flexion and extension, rounding and arching. Head starts in line with the spine. Try and lift it up. Elbows back. We're going to start with the pelvis. Draw your pelvis under you. Tuck through the low back and then roll through the spine. Piece by piece, don't rush here. The head will be the last thing to come down. Once you have this round shape here, flexion, cat, your cat shape, we're going to start with the head. First, the head starts to come out of it. Try not to let your tailbone go yet. Articulate's not easy. Roll back through. The pelvis will be the last thing to untuck. And here you are in your arch, your cow, cat, cow. We're going to start again from the pelvis. Start by curling the pelvis under you. Breathe. Head is the last thing. Head is the last thing. And then we're going to start from the head. Lift through the head. Don't move your pelvis yet. And then roll through. It's hard to not have the whole thing move in one swoop. Now we're in our arch shape. And now we're going to start to roll through from the head. Head first. Roll through the upper spine, the middle spine, the low spine and the pelvis. Big stretch here. Pull your belly in. Start from your pelvis. Roll through to an arch. Head is the last thing up. Head is the last thing up. Last time here, okay? Start with your head. Roll from the head through the neck, upper spine, middle spine, tuck pelvis, and then we'll roll from the pelvis through. Head is the last thing up. Take a nice deep breath. That's a little frustrating, isn't it? It's good to practice. I'm going to come up to stand through a down dog. So you can join me if that sounds exciting to you. If you are down dogging, try to take a nice deep breath here. Let your head be heavy. Sending your sits bones back. One more deep breath here. And then I'm going to soften my knees and walk my hands back towards my feet. Let my upper body be really heavy. You can hang down. Knees are soft or legs are straight, up to you. Hands can come to your elbows, and you can let your head be super heavy with your exhale. That's a tough one there. That's a big release. 2 more exhale head releases here. Heavy, heavy head. And 1 more. You can relax and release your arms. Soften your knees. Push the ground away as you slowly come up. Head is the last thing up. All the way to the top. Stand nice and tall here. Take a nice deep breath. You can stay where you are. Stand. This is the first time I'm noticing my socks don't match. That's okay. Bring your arms all the way up. Hook your thumbs. Reach up. Push down through your left foot as you reach up and over with your left arm and your right. And then come back to the center. Push down through the right foot as you come up and over with your right arm. Breathe. 1 more each way. And other side. Come back to center. Bring your arms out to the sides. We're going to end with a twist here. Keep your focus on your hips, keeping your hips and your pelvis nice and still. Feel free to stand in parallel instead of heels together. It's up to you here. Shoulders down. We're going to exhale, twist right. Follow your eyes with your right fingertips. Reach wide through the arms. Inhale, come back to center. Really fill up your lungs here. And then empty them as you twist left. Look at your left fingertips. 1 more each way. Fill up. Exhale. Last one. And exhale. Come back to the center. Stand tall as you lower your arms. Give yourself 1 more breath here. We did it, you guys. Have a super great day. I hope your hair looks as good as mine.